Oh, hey lovely audience. We're currently in court defending Pitch from what happened in the vocal fry tutorial. Hopefully things go okay. I mean, it got a bit wild last time, but wish us luck.
Alright, present your case to save Pitch.
Your Honor, are you tired of trans voice tutorials that require either a linguistics degree or a sound engineering degree to understand it?
I guess. I mean, there should really be a tutorial that can be understood by literal 5-year-olds. But they never explain how to make the silly noises.
Well, Your Honor, here it is. Learn to change the voice from this to this. How to Trans Voice Part 6. How to actually practice.
Alright, if you can explain to me how to practice trans voice techniques for totally cis reasons, I shall free Pitch.
Nah, Pitch, I got this. When have I ever let you down?
Your Honor, I believe the defendant's side has been ignoring the fact they waited 5 videos to explain this.
Objection! I explained practice methods at the end of the other video.
Objection! No one watches till the end of the video.
I watch till the end of the videos. Sustained.
Wait, what's that mean?
You can speak your case.
I don't think that's what that means.
Your Honor, when practicing trans voice, there's a common misconception. How to practice. The usual thought is longer practicing sessions is good. But I'm here to share the truth that no one's willing to hear. This is a misconception.
What?
Our voice is like a habit. We speak the way we do due to the people around us, the experiences we share. Similar to an accent, our voice is crafted organically through our experience.
So what? We can't change it? Your Honor, I believe this is going nowhere.
Sustained.
That's not what that word means.
But Your Honor, what if I said the voice, like any habit, can change? We need to craft habit. These habits will enable us to be able to speak in a comfortable, feminine voice.
Then how do we do that exactly?
Small practice sessions spread throughout your day. For example, let's look at my larynx exercise video I did a couple of months ago. This video introduces a technique that raises your larynx. If you only did this once,
Nothing would happen. No habit will adjust instantly.
we need to practice.
Then how do we do that exactly?
All we have to do is practice for 1 to 2 minutes, then wait an hour or two, then practice for another 1 to 2 minutes. Frequent sessions is key here. This is way more practical than just staring at a brick wall and saying the same thing over and over.
Alright, but what are we actually practicing?
Backseater, prepare the goods.
Alright,
If we practice a voice technique,
for example, spending 1 to 2 minutes going like the larynx video. If you want details of that, watch the larynx video, obviously. But this is just an example that applies to every technique literally ever. Okay? So let's say that's the technique we're practicing. We're gonna do a little practice session. We're gonna go for example, a couple of times for about 1 minute, 2 minutes, just repetitively doing it over and over and over. This will help us raise our larynx and get used to what that feels like so we can build a habit.
What kind of habit?
We build the habit so that we can do the technique on command. Once we get comfortable with doing the technique repetitively, we can start applying it to speech. And in this case, sentences. I'm going to show you how
Objection! Your Honor, the defendant did not mention this in her larynx video.
Sustained.
There's other legal jargon, you know.
Let's apply this to any trans voice technique. Let's try to use a sentence while doing the technique to blend it together into your speech. So, with the larynx technique as an example, but not exclusively how to do this, we're already making a ha sound, which is a H-A, at least in English. So let's grab a sentence that starts with a H-A that makes a ha sound, which is surprisingly not that many words, but we're going to go with it. So let's go with the sentence, happy birthday. I would never forget your birthday pitch, even when we disagree. Maybe we argue sometimes, but you're a very important personification of a trans voice technique, and I couldn't ask for a better friend. So our sentence, happy birthday, we just got to slap the ha in front of it. So get a trans voice technique that can lead into a sentence. That way you can build the habit and apply it practically. For example, happy birthday. See? That way you can say a sentence if your larynx raised. So now you know what it sounds like when you raise your larynx. Not how I sound, not how someone else sounds, just how you sound. And that's so valuable because now you can just do it.
All right, now what?
Well, thanks to this technique, you now know what it sounds like when you use your larynx or another technique in a sentence.
And?
You can now attempt to replicate this sound without doing the ho-ha technique.
Why did you name the technique the ho-ha?
You won't get this first try, but that's okay. Keep trying on and off for a week or more and see if it sounds different. Try using recording software to keep track of your progress and compare your voice. It's a very gradual process, so you likely won't perceive the changes.
What? So I just do the exercise for a few minutes, wait an hour, and try again?
Yeah, pretty much. The absolute ideal is 1 to 2 minutes each hour, but not everyone can do that. Objection! The defendant isn't considering that people have regular schedules and can't do that.
You know, I actually prepared a video for this, if that's okay, Your Honor. Alright, roll it in!
You prepared a what?
Sorry, Your Honor, this is a really old tape.
No one even uses those anymore.
Alright, good to go.
Where did you get that? Has this ever happened to you?
Uh-oh. I spend so long kicking butt, I have no time to voice train. Whatever will I do?
How to practice when you have no time to practice?
Well, here on the Fairy Princess Lucy YouTube channel, we have some tips and solutions to help you practice even when you are busy. Here are some places anyone can practice.
In the shower.
A car if you drive those. Perhaps get in some voice training during a nice morning stroll.
You can practice on the beach. I'm not kidding. No one will hear you. You can even practice inside your lucid dreams.
This program was brought to you by the Real Place Post Office.
Why was the tape sponsored by a post office?
The only other sponsor option was BetterHelp, and I ain't doing that.
Hey kids, if a creator you love is being sponsored by BetterHelp, please know that BetterHelp is a scam.
So what you're saying is that slowly practicing the techniques and applying them to your voice gradually will just make the voice different.
Oh, yeah, that's basically how it works.
Your Honor, what about vocal hygiene? She didn't mention any vocal-
You mean this? So, when we practice, we need to make sure we practice in those short sessions for more reasons than we already mentioned. We gotta look after our throat after all. It's a beautiful little thing. If, like me, you are not a trained singer, you likely do not know much about vocal health. And I don't blame you, okay? So, we're gonna do the rundown. So if your throat ever hurts during either one of my exercises or another person's exercise, please stop immediately. This is your PSA. Getting injured will not help you reach your goals. Getting injured means you can't practice for multiple days. That is not worth the extra 3 hours you gave yourself today. Practice in moderation. Oh my god, please practice in moderation. Okay? Like, sure, a lot of practice potential if you did it all in one go, but it won't be helpful if you can't talk for an entire weekend. So how do we prevent injury? A curious question.
A mysterious question. A question that can be answered.
Thankfully. So, how do we prevent injury? Well, first of all, drinking water. I know it's a cliche on this channel, but please, oh my god, drink water. It's not just a marketable catchphrase, it's important. You know how much of your body is filled with water? Be nice to yourself. Look, water's super important, alright? So, to help out, I invited a special guest.
I'm here. Sorry, long story short, your lunchroom, it may no longer have any food. In this world, there is but a choice. Hydration is a choice. You either die hydrated or live long enough to see yourself become dehydrated. That's why when voice training, I recommend drinking energy drinks literally all the time. The more caffeine, sugar, and sodium within the energy drink will only serve to hydrate and soothe your vocal cords. I forgot I had pocket bacon.
You can also use honey, tea, honey in tea, or cough lollies to soothe the throat. There's also steaming.
What could steaming possibly mean?
So, steaming is when you place boiling water in a bowl, put a towel over your head, and breathe in the air from the boiling water. This is great for days when you got some congestion, some strain, and you want to soothe it a bit quickly.
Does it like smell bad?
I don't know, I can't smell. So, the internet is vast. You likely have seen lots of voice tutorials. Whether you watch mine or another person's, try not to overload yourself with knowledge. You gotta do things one bit at a time. Alright? Try to master one technique before trying the next one. Trans voice feminization is when you have all the chaos emeralds in a sense, and you become Supergirl. But you can't do that unless you have all the emeralds, you know? So when practicing trans voice, remember it's gradual. Grab the technique, slap it into a sentence, practice using that sentence with the technique and also without the technique. This way, you'll gradually be able to use the technique at will, on command per se. You know? It won't happen straight away. None of this will. Record yourself, keep track of it, try techniques. You can slap things in front of sentences. With resonance, we make like a sound from that other tutorial. So that would be slapping M words next to it, which I have a tutorial explaining how to do that. All of it is just gradually learning how to do the thing. Also, you can copy other voices to get a vibe for like intonation and like ways of speaking, that sort of thing. Remember, your voice will be different than mine and someone else's. That's fine. The goal of sounding girl is not defined by how much you sound like someone else. It's based on how you sound yourself. Achieving a feminine voice isn't easy. It's not straight away. It doesn't just
sorry to
happen
interrupt
instantly.
your fancy outro, but you're about to get attacked by Shadow the Hedgehog holding a lightsaber. All your notes, all your knowledge on trans voice, I will take it for myself.
How did you get here?
Here, take this.
I thought you weren't in these videos. No one will even get this reference.
Who is that? Oh, I'm from another dimension. I'm Lucy, but I say
Okay.